What's up, everybody? In this one, we're going to be talking about a few different things and want you to join in on the conversation in the comments below. Why don't you tell us about some bad systems in games? You know, like the class system in FF13. And while you're at it, why don't you just tell us how much you hate FF13 or your general thoughts on it? Also, why don't you tell us about some bad game endings? You know, where the climax gets built up to some crazy level and then the end payoff is just kind of, whatever. Alright, thanks, everybody.
Because, like, sometimes the game, like, if a game has good pacing, basically, then I think it, like, even if it's a bad game, then it can still be considered a good game, if that makes any sense.
No, I gotcha, and what comes to mind is Final Fantasy XIII. Now, throughout the entire game, like you get to, like, the end of the game, and they're still throwing, like, new party mechanics at you and stuff. So, like, first you go through the prologue, and you have like no classes on your characters. You know, like the Ravager, the Commander, the Support, the Debuffer, the Buffer, all that shit. Like, that's not introduced until like the next chapter, and then they start introducing like the your layout or whatever. Like, everybody's gonna be this. Okay, now everybody switch to this, and then like over time they start adding more and more shit. Like, I feel like there was a point where, like, you know, like, they should have stopped, because they're like, okay, now this character can now do this and this. Oh, this character can now do this and this. And then eventually, towards the end of the game, it says, like, okay, everybody can literally do everything.
Is that really what happened?
Yeah.
Like, evolve.
So everybody can do every single role.
That's kind of strange.
And it was but, like, we're at, like, the nth hour of the game. And they're still trying to introduce these, like, their new mechanics. So they're still giving you tutorials on, like, kind of basic level shit at the end of the game. And it feels like they should have stopped at some point. Like, just keep making the game interesting with your enemy layouts and item drops and all this shit. And don't keep fucking with my classes. Like, I don't like the fact that I go for most of the game with, okay, Lightning can do this and this. Shaz can do this and this. And then at the end, it's like, oh, fuck whatever system you had in place for most of the game. Everybody can just do everything now.
Okay. So, like, what? So you're saying it's bad? It's good pacing, but, like,
I mean, I guess
like
the
they
pacing
stopped somewhere.
I guess the pacing was fine.
Okay.
But, like, they should have stopped, because, like, it was a overburden of, I guess, in a way, mechanics. Like, your blue mage should be your blue mage. You know, your warrior should be your warrior. You know, all that shit. Like, what do you play in Final Fantasy XIV?
Dragoon.
Your Dragoon should be a Dragoon. Sure, you can switch it to something else at some point. You can be a different class at any point in the game. But guess what? Your Dragoon is going to be your fucking Dragoon.
Yeah, but, like,
my ninja was going to be a ninja.
Aren't like some of them like I know the previous games, like, sometimes they'd give you like a white mage, but they'd be better suited as like a red mage or something like that.
Yes, and that's where like Lightning was a commander, she was a Ravager, and she was capable of healing. Fang was only, for the longest time, capable of being either the tank spec or the commander. The annoying girl could only be a healer or a Ravager. Hope, fuck him, could only be a Ravager or something else. And like that, I feel like they should have just kept with whatever. And sure, progressively they're like, okay, now this person also has this capability. Like, okay, but then at the end to just say, fuck it, everybody gets everything?
Yeah. Well, and they probably wanted to make you feel kind of godly. That's like, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of earned it by putting in the hours to get to that point. I mean, I don't know what the end of Final Fantasy XIII is like.
Oh, I beat it a few years ago just because I needed to know.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I know. I'm happy I know. But I hate it so much. At the end, when I finally beat it, and mind you, I had watched every single cutscene, and about 60% of the way in, I found out how to skip cutscenes on the PC port. Oh, that was painful. Because like whenever I lost, I had to sit through a whole fucking cutscene again because I didn't know how to skip the fucking cutscenes.
Yikes!
But at the end, I came out of it going like, what just happened? That was the villain. When did we? Like, you go through most of the game not knowing who the fuck the villain is.
That's an issue. I know it's kind of nerdy to bring it up, but whatever. I didn't show about video games, but that's an issue with a lot of D&D games that I played. Is like sometimes you just like you gotta build up the villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You really have to build up the villain. Like people hear rumors, people hear stories, so on and so forth. It's not just good like game design, but it's just good storytelling.
Right, and
I mean?
that's building up the villain. That is less gameplay and game design and more storytelling.
Yeah,
because if like you get to like at the end of what is it, Fallout 3, I think it is, when you get to the end, and like you just shoot this guy and he was the one behind all this stuff, but in the end of a grand scheme, he was just some guy.
And which one? Fallout 3?
I think it was Fallout 3.
I actually never beat Fallout 3.
I never beat any of them, but.
I didn't. Neither have I. But like, I got really far into Fallout 4. I'm at the very end.
You're like in a room with like there's a few guards, and then just this dude in a trench coat, and you just shoot him, and that's it. Or how about the end of Fable 2? I think it's either Fable 2 or 3. It was 2. It's 2 because 2 is the one where like you're a little kid at first and you get shot and fall out like a tower, and at the very end, like the guy's like giving you like speeching at you, and I mean, sure, he was like the villain at first. I guess this is less building up the villain, but more of a taking like the climax being the biggest waste and like all the build up being for nothing. Where like at the end of Fable 2, the guy's just speeching at you, and you just fucking look at him, and the next action you take, it just insta-gives him, and it's just stupid.
Oh.
Do you have any poor endings where like the climax was really?
No,
like,
but
all the hype was.
I do like stories. And it could be stories, games, video games. I mean, like, it could be I don't care what it is. But I like when they start at the end and then they tell the story of how they got there. It's like a common, like, storytelling trope. And I'll never get sick of it. Ever. Have you ever heard of the Decemberists?
No.
They're a folk band, but they have this song called The Mariner's Revenge. And you, like, basically follow this guy's story from the end to the beginning back to the end again, and it's one of the most like amazing stories I've ever heard, and it's a song.
Okay.
The TLD
Viz games like that.
Yeah, I can't think of like man.
I on the spot, I can't think of any. I know they exist.
The only game that comes to mind right now is there was a Star Wars game where you don't start at the end, but you start off like all powerful. You got like all your like weapons, equipments, force powers, etc., etc. I think you play as Darth Vader.
Oh, you're thinking of a Force Unleashed.
Yeah, and like it's like this is what you can become if like you like.
Except he walked really fucking slow.
Yeah,
and that almost ruined that mission entirely.
I don't know. I still thought it was badass because he's supposed to be like omnipresent, like what's the word?
Omnipotent.
Yeah.
Which Darth Vader was not omnipotent until the end of Rogue One.
Yeah, I guess.
Did you see Rogue One?
No, I haven't.
He is.
I'm not like huge into Star Wars. I saw the one before it. Wait, is Rogue One?
That's the new one. That's Rogue.
Okay, no, I saw the one before that.
It's the one that is, as of right now, is the newest one.
Yeah.
As of this video.
Oh, great! Way to date it.
This video has a release date, which can be seen in the information.
Yeah. No, I like Star Wars, but I'm not like a mega fan at all.
I am the megaist of mega fans.
I don't know, man. My buddy, we were talking about doing basically a D&D game, but with Star Wars, and he like read like the books, the comics, saw all the movies like several times. He's a fanatic.
Okay.
Like he was telling me about this like very specific, I can't think of his name, very specific Sith, and like how it like he had like a female apprentice, and like this one was super crazy.
But does he know who Luke's father is?
What's the line, Rob? What's the line?
Why doesn't he tell us?
It's no, I am your father, and everyone thinks it's Luke, but it's not, Rob.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the
who said this famous quote?
It's the Mandela effect. Have you heard of that?
Who said this famous quote? Hi, I'm Han Solo. Who made that famous quote, PJ?
Alright, I got one for you. Who said Hodor?
Most of the fucking people from Winterfell.
Wrong. It was Bran.
I feel like I was right.
Yeah.
Ah, here we go. Let's see how spiky this motherfucker is. Come on, Spiky McSpikerstein. Spikerstein. Spikerpuss.
This
Here we go. We're rising. We're rising.
I'm not gonna lie, the story for this game,
Oh,
not what I thought it was gonna be.
God.
He's a rhino. Wow, look at all those horns.
Oh,
We should
God.
call him Horny.
This. I can only imagine what he looks like in the finale.
Too many Spike.
Just too many spikes.
Too many spikes. Too many spikes.
Too
Kitchen.
many misses in the kitchen. I remember me and a few people got like really destroyed. A few
I
years
actually
ago.
just recently. Sorry, I recently rewatched that video because last time. Wow, I'm sucking.
Well, you know what? I'll tell my too many cook story, and
right.
you can tell your too many cook story. I showed that to so many people, and the best one was when we were all just destroyed, and I put it on, and everyone's like watching it, and then somebody like looked and was like, "Wait, how fucking long is this?" So for those of you that don't know, Too Many Cooks was this thing by Adult Swim. You look up from those weird guys now. It was this weird thing, this weird like little sketch on Adult Swim where it was like a parody of like a 70s, 80s style TV show intro where like all the characters are being introduced, but it just keeps going.
Yeah, they keep adding more and more
and
characters.
going.
It's
and
Adult Swim.
going. And it goes on for about 11 minutes. You have a little stretch?
Yeah. I mean, I had to redo them anyway.
Yeah, true. True. There we go. We finally did it. Phase 1.
I did the first
Phase
one.
1 beat. We now have Phase 1 unlocked.
Oh, motherfucker!
Now it's
that
just
guy
Phase
keeps
2.
getting me.
So something I was talking about earlier. My keyboard, the Razer Black Widow Chroma, which syncs up with certain games, is actually syncing up with this game. And for every time you do something, the colors on it quickly flash.
Oh.
And I didn't notice that last time, but I'm noticing it now, and it's awesome. It does it in a bunch of my shooty shoots, like a lot of the popular games.
What the fuck?
You switch back to the other lane.
Yeah, I noticed. I didn't mean to.
Oh, it's fine. But if you die again, I'm gonna start cutting this out.
Yeah, you should. Because I
Only
I
if you
shouldn't be
die
taking
again,
this long. Okay, so pass it is what
Yeah.
you're telling me. All right.
I'm telling you to
That
win.
was the inspiration I needed, Rob. Don't lose. You got it.
I believe in you, the
I fight
protagonist.
for my friends.
Fight for my- Okay, Ike.
Oh shit.
You know that's Ike's thing, right?
Sure. I don't know.
We like Ike. Roy's our boy.
Yeah, I know who
Marf,
Ike
Marf,
is.
Marf.
No, I know Fire Emblem. I
You?
actually didn't know that was his line. I thought that was just like a trope.
Speaking of Fire Emblem, I've been playing Fire Emblem Heroes. I have so many good heroes on my team. In one pack, I got 2 fucking 5-star Marfs. For no reason. I was like, oh, that's nice, and wow, okay. Okay,
Dude,
people.
I'm sorry. I'm just like
All this talk about Marf is
I'm just not having it right now.
Apparently, you're like, Marf, fuck that guy. And...
Stop hyping me up, Rob.
Okay. Okay, I will try. Oh, no!
Yeah, you hyped me too hype. That was your fault.
These are
You
getting cut
did
out.
that.
These are getting cut out
Okay.
until we get to phase 3.
Is it because I blamed you?
Until we get to phase 3.
Okay. I'll get there then.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet for a little bit.